Chairman Thompson, I also have the honor of having one of my former chairmen on this committee sit in front of me today. Chairman Lucas was my chairman as I served here in the House of Representatives and had the chance to do 2 farm bills, but serving under his leadership on this committee was a special honor for me, and I loved being a member of his team as we put together farm policy, which I always refer to as food policy for the United States of America. So it's wonderful to see you again, Chairman Lucas, and I look forward to continuing to receive your advice and wisdom over the years.
And I'd like to go back 10 years ago to when you and I worked together, that 2.5-year struggle, as you remember, to create the 3rd generation farm bill. And maybe memories have numbed with time, but not just the way you conducted yourself in this committee on behalf of your constituents, but in those Republican conference committee meetings where we together battled diligently to get the attention of elected leadership about the importance of these farm bills. I will forever be eternally grateful for you backing me up in the way you handled the Speaker and the floor leader on behalf of rural America and production agriculture. So thank you for that tenacity, which I suspect is only grown stronger with time in your role as governor.
Well, sir, you keep lighting people on fire and they get a little tougher, and understand that what you all say and matters, and what you do matters. The words you use have consequences, and it matters who's in leadership. So I have gone at times in my different roles, recognized that leadership needs to sit and listen to people and have conversations. We've become a country that has become addicted to being offended by each other. And therefore, we love to be offended by something that somebody has said, and I would just ask that we start listening to each other. The Farm Bill should be bipartisan. It should be bipartisan, that we be able to put a safety net out there, and I'm asking you to do it for the consideration of our food policy. If we think a pandemic was scary, can you imagine what happens if we can't feed our people? We are only 3 meals away from a crisis. And I've recognized and noticed as governor, as the CEO of my state, how much control China has, not just over manipulating our currency, stealing our IP, things we've known forever, that even my pension funds, I can't even get Vanguard to say that China's not an emerging market anymore. Everybody in the world will agree that they're not an emerging market. They should give me an ability to invest in a fund that doesn't have China if I don't want to do that as a governor, for my people to get them the best returns possible. But now when I look at our food supply system and our processing system, and we recognize that China's not our ally, yes, we do trade with them. And when we do trade, and I worked on trade agreements when I served on the Ways and Means Committee, I had the ability to notice that when we did trade agreements, we created friendlier neighborhoods. But we can't do that if we're not talking to each other and having conversations. So that farm bill, even though I picked a lot of fights with my own fellow Republicans, we got them done. And we're going to have to challenge both members of both parties to come back to the table to make sure we have that safety net so we continue to feed our families.
And thank goodness for that tenacity you demonstrated then and continue to demonstrate. With that, I yield back, Mr. Chairman.